Good morning, afternoon, and evening. My name is Eric Corliss. I'm 29 years old, a devoted father of three and husband, and I currently work full time as a truss builder at Builders First Source out by the airport. I essentially prefabricate the roof pieces that turn into houses and businesses. It's a lot of fun. It pays really good. It's very rewarding work, and I love the camaraderie that I have with the guys, but it's also very hard on the body. I'm outside in the weather full time, and that gets very frustrating to deal with. And ultimately, I just need something that's going to carry myself and my family further. For my hobbies, I love to play music. I'm in a couple of local bands. We play at bars and birthday parties and festivals, and it's a whole lot of fun. You meet a lot of great people, and you just have a lot of fun with it. I also love to read. As you can see, I'm a huge fan of horror, so 90% of those books are Stephen King. But I've also got my Bible. I've got some manga right there. I love Harry Potter. I've got some young adult series that I've been reading since I was in high school, and I also really love puzzles. I do jigsaw puzzles. I do crossword puzzles. I do Sudoku with my wife. She loves Sudoku, and she's so good at it. It's very fast. So I always just try to keep myself busy. I work full time, always running around with the kids. I go to church on Sundays and spend time with the congregation. And I just kind of woke up one day and realized I wanted to do more for the community, and I wanted to have a more fulfilling role, and I wanted to be able to do more for myself and my family so far as comfort and luxury goes. And so I'm currently pursuing a degree in the nursing program, but I'm hoping to take that even further and work for Mojave County as a medical examiner. From what I understand, there's only one medical examiner across all of Mojave County, and that seems to me that we could use more in that aspect, and that just seems like a very fulfilling and well paying role that I could take on for the county and for myself and for my family. And so that's ultimately what I'm here for, pursuing nursing, but hoping to take it further as ME or maybe even work as a mortician. Mostly, I think I want to wind up in end of life care because that's when it's the most important. That's when the families need the most appropriate and efficient care that they can get. And I feel like that's the most valuable service that I can offer. And so far as getting through school, that's a different story because as a full time worker, full time father, a homeowner, there's so much to keep up on throughout the day. And I frequently find myself working very late into the night, sometimes taking notes or working on discussion questions until well past midnight. I've done it many, many times over the past 2 years, but I somehow maintain my A's and my B's, getting my prerequisites done for the nursing program. And they say once I actually get into the full time classes, I have to be at a 3.5 or higher. So that's been my goal from the get go. And I started off bad because I had some dual credit classes in high school that wound up getting a little bit floundered for one reason or another. So I initially started with a GPA of 1.5 and then had to work it back up from there. And I was afraid that my cumulative GPA would not be high enough by the time I was done with my prerequisites. But I'm looking at, I think, a 3.2 right now for my cumulative and a 3.5 to 3.6 overall. So as long as I stay at it the way I have been, I think I'll be able to get it through. And ultimately, I'm here for my family. I want to provide a good life for them. I want to have something that I can pass on to my children. I want to have something that they can be proud that I do. I want my work to be important. I want my work to be beneficial to them and to the community at large, as well as to myself. And so, providing any level of hospice or end of life care for the families is not only a very fulfilling for me, but it's fulfilling for them when it's done right. So, ultimately, at the end of the day, I think that's what I want to do. And I can't wait to complete my journey through all of this and get to know all of you and just have a good time learning.